What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna jump right into this one. We're gonna be cooking up some goose breasts. I'm gonna do my take on it. I've never cooked goose before, so we're gonna see how good it turns out. Recently we have been doing a lot of duck and goose hunting. Deer season is over and shed season is upon us, and usually through the winter time after I'm done with deer season, I don't have a lot to do other than look for sheds and wait for turkey season to come around. But I've gotten into duck and goose hunting, and let me just tell you, it is a stinking blast. So if you guys have never tried going out shooting a duck or shooting a goose, I highly recommend it. It is such a blast. It's like shooting skeet, but you get to eat it. So, I mean, you can't go wrong there. But today, we're gonna try our take on cooking up a goose. And I don't know, we're just gonna see how it turns out. But before we get to the kitchen, I'm gonna roll some of the footage of us hunting and actually getting these geese. We also have a mallard duck catch and cook coming up, so y'all stay tuned for that. But right now, we're gonna roll the footage of the hunt.
Yeah, this water right here ain't even moving any, is it? You can shut this down, bro. We need these ducks big time. You can just have a whole carabiner if you want.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start kind of. Shoot these.
Go! Did you get that?
I don't know who got it.
Dude, let's go! We got it! Hey, there's two more coming. There's two more coming. Dude, I ran out of shells. Me too. Dude, that's sick. Dude. We got two geese down. They were both from Jack. But one of them has a band. That was stinking insane. I was not ready for that at all.
Heavy.
Banded bird. Dude, that is awesome. First goose down. Heck yes.
A band on this one.
There's another band on that one?
Nah.
Oh,
Would have been dope though.
dude, that was insane.
That was a heck of a retrieve for her, honestly. That bird was.
That was far. That was really, really far out there.
You can tell them that current, dude. They're gone.
So cool.
I'm real pumped for that band. It looks like a good one.
Those are freaking huge.
I'm excited. Those are big ganders. Reed Creek would be like real mallards.
Hey, I was gonna sit there too.
Well, as y'all can see, we had a stinking blast out there shooting some geese, and right here, wrapped up in this napkin, is a goose breast. So this is just gonna get all the moisture out of it so I can season it up. And then I'm just gonna start trimming it, get all the fat off, get all the skin, ligaments, and all that crap, so it's not nasty. Pretty much everything that you see on the goose breast that is white, it looks like a ligament or fat, any sort of thing like that, just try to trim it off as best as you can. And hopefully it's just gonna take some of that game flavor out. That's what a lot of people say, and taking their word for it, because I do not want this to taste bad. That is the last thing that I want. And I've heard a lot of people say that cooking goose, eating goose, it's really not that great unless you really know how to cook it. I'm just gonna kind of sear it, just really high heat, and see how it turns out. Do it like a medium rare. I don't know, just hope for the best. We're just gonna go for it. I've got some different seasonings that I'm gonna throw on it. I'm gonna do some paprika, some onion salt, and then I'm gonna do this Grill Masters steak seasoning. I'm gonna try that, and then some pepper. Just gonna go for it. Put some olive oil in there, a little bit of butter, and sear it off. That's pretty much the plan that I've got for this goose breast. And fingers crossed it turns out great. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we've trimmed up the goose breast. I've split it up into 3 different pieces, but there's absolutely no white, no fat, nothing on there. And then we have what everybody calls the goose tenderloin. So I took the ligament, or whatever the tendon is, took that out of the center of that. So I think what I'm gonna do is cut this into kind of like small little bite-sized steak strips and go from there, but I'm gonna use a fork to kind of tenderize this just a little bit. We'll see. This is kind of trial and error, and just gonna see how it works. So this goose is tenderized to the best of my abilities. I think this is really gonna help it be a lot more tender. At least that's what I'm hoping. But now I'm gonna cut this into little just bite-sized steak strips and season it up. So I'm gonna get the pan on the heat. We're gonna run it on a higher heat. Get a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Doing this one-handed, I don't want to get everything dirty with goose. Just a tad bit of olive oil. And we can start seasoning. Actually, I'm gonna throw some rosemary in the mix. I think that'll be good also. Golly, that's still so tough to cut. But just a little steak strip, just like that. Kind of like what you do with like deer tenderloin or anything of that nature. But we're gonna do it with goose and season this thing up. And I don't know, hopefully it turns out decent. Enough to eat, enough to have a little meal off of. Olive oil's looking good. Alright, wash my hands and we'll season this up. So another thing I guess I could have done is do like a marinade it for a couple hours. But we're just gonna chuck some seasoning on it and go. Wow, that came out really fast. A lot slower this time. There we go. So this is just some onion salt. Let me get that on the meat. I screwed up. I'll put a ton on that first couple pieces. Okay, now we're gonna add a little bit of pepper. Good old black pepper. I'm gonna be generous with that. And then we're gonna go with some of the Montreal, how do you pronounce that? Leave it in the comments. How the crap do you pronounce that? Montreal steak seasoning? Montreal, is that how it's pronounced? Gonna add some of that, not a ton. It's really strong seasoning, but it's got like a smoky flavor. And I feel like that wouldn't be that bad on a goose. And then I'm gonna add just a teeny bit of paprika. And last but not least, I'm gonna put some rosemary on these goose sliders, goose fillets, whatever you wanna call them. You should always underestimate what you're cooking, so when it does taste half decent, it actually tastes really, really good. So that's good. Oil looks hot. Now I'm just gonna lay this seasoned side down. Oh yeah. And then I can season it in the pan on the other side. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now these will not take that long. You want it to be a medium rare sort of cook. That looks good. That looks really good. So I'm just gonna recoat this with the seasoning that I got, and we should pull them off. Actually, should probably get a plate, because these are gonna be done pretty quick. cut into one of these, make sure it's done. Oh yeah, perfect. All right, these need to come off now. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Y'all check that out. That looks amazing. So I got the last batch on there now. What? Smell? 10 out of 10. That is a 10 out of 10 on smell. I cut into one piece. We've got a pink inside, crust on the outside. I'm gonna wait to try any of it. I want to really bad, but I'm gonna wait till all that gets done. We're gonna sit down, see how it tastes, see if I did good, and see if Goose is actually good or bad. I mean, maybe this way is a lot better. Just using the fork to tenderize it and that set of seasonings. I mean, could be a game changer, you never know. Is that delicious? Does that look amazing? I really hope this is good.
You couldn't see anything but like a random nose going up.
Let's dive into this and try this goose. All right, let's cut into the first strip of goose. Hopefully it's not overcooked. Oh, we're perfect. We are. All right, gotta get the close up. Can y'all see? Oh man. That's perfect. That's perfection right there. Got a pink inside. Wow. It smells a teeny bit gamey. I don't know. Let's give it a try. I'm kind of scared. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Canadian goose.
That we didn't tenderize.
Okay, so it's a tad bit tough. I mean, it's really not that bad as far as toughness goes. Now taste. There's a small hint of gaminess, but okay, that piece was really, really good. That was the tenderloin, what they call the tenderloin on the goose. There's absolutely no gaminess, nothing. That's like a white meat. There's no red, nothing. That's like chicken. So that piece, that's like an 8 out of 9, or 8 out of 9. That's like an 8 out of 10. I give that an 8 out of 10. That was delicious. As far as the actual goose breast goes, I wouldn't say I'm impressed, like insanely impressed, but I'm not disappointed. I know it might have a little bit of gaminess. I was actually expecting a little bit more. This is a different piece. Let's give this one a try. Okay, that piece was really, really good. That piece was freaking delicious, actually. Look at that. Is that focused in on there? So this piece, I was stinking really, really tender. Pink inside, a little bit of crust on the outside. Yeah, that one's good. No gaminess. You can taste the onion salt. You can taste that, what did I put on there? What's that crap called? Rosemary. Couldn't think of the name. You can taste the rosemary in there. That's good. I'm gonna leave some of this for Emily. She's gonna give it a try. But that was a really good recipe. I'm gonna have to keep that one on the back burner anytime that I get a goose. So if you guys have any good recipes for some goose jerky, let me know down in the comments because I want to do that also. I'd give this whole entire recipe an 8 out of 10. No gaminess. I mean, there's that one piece had a hint of gaminess, that's about it. It was the same part of the breast, just a different piece, and it was completely just so tender, no gaminess, tasted great, and the goose tenderloin, backstrap, whatever you want to call that piece, A+. That was a 10 out of 10. That was so stinking good. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, please leave a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. We also have a duck video, catch and cook, like I said earlier in this video, that is coming up, so y'all stay tuned for that. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.